Good evening, everyone. I have got a success story for you today, and it's in person with Mercy Vibes. Hello, Mercy Vibes.
Hi.
Nice
to meet you.
Lovely to see you. And I read your story not long ago. It was within the last week. And, you know, it was such a great story. And there were so many good bits in it that, you know, we decided we would do this interview for the viewers. So to start off, could you tell them where you are in the world?
I'm from Germany, and I'm like more in the south of Germany living here.
Yep.
And that's why I want to say, like, just in advance, my English, it's catching up.
That's the way. That's the way. Oh, that's good. Well, you wrote your story beautifully because I didn't change anything and I read exactly what you wrote to me. Now, for those of you that haven't heard the story, I'll put the link down below to the story that Mercy sent me. But from today, from now, she's going to go back to the beginning, share what happened, how it didn't work, what she did, and then where she is today. So Mercy Vibes, can you go right back to the beginning?
Yes.
And what was going on for you?
Okay, so I go back to the beginning of where, like, I found out about the law of assumption, because it like correlated with me being like, it was like this, my soul just attracted this knowledge to me because I was so down in this relationship that wasn't really good for me. And I kept telling myself, but from a different point, like I kept telling myself, yeah, it's all right, but it was just from this point, from this core belief that I'm not enough. I'm not enough for this person. I will never be enough for this person. And that's how I attracted a lot of people into my life, being interested in me and then leave me again, you know? And like I had this story, this old belief that people come in and they like me, but I'm not lovable enough that if they get to know me more and they see my mistakes and all my flaws, that they think, oh, that's too much. Like, nowadays I'm thinking I am too much, but like I am too much of all of the good stuff. But back then it wasn't like that. So I started out.
Mercy Vibes, could you start us back to the relationship that you had with the first person? Because that's
with the
where
the first, oh, okay, yes. With the first person, it was a quite a good relationship. Like, I can't complain, like nothing really that bad happened, but I kept, like, it was the same core belief that was creeping into the relationships. It was all that I wasn't enough. And so I doubted this person. We were together for like 3 years, but he left me for someone else. So it was that much that I felt like I'm not enough. Nowadays we're friends. We're all friends and everything's good. But back then it was very hurtful. And this person was in the beginning very sweet to me, but then continued to like change their personality. It seemed like always this person changed their personality and showed their true colors, but it wasn't really that. It was just this core belief that the person came in truly in love with me, and I was truly in love with that person. And this love, like, I kept like eating off of the beginning of a relationship, that honeymoon phase. I ate that up, but then someday the honeymoon phase is over, and then what is left is me doubting, going back to I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. And everyone in my in my surroundings, in my area, treated me like that, like I am not enough. It was my parents, it was my boyfriend at that time. And yeah, so it started out very early, yes, of course. But the relationship where I found out about all of the self-love and everything was somehow more painful than the one that was quite good and then went away. It was like the worst one, I felt like, because I lost myself so much.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like I'm not enough, I'm not lovable, I wasn't my true self, and I didn't talk to the person like I feel safe. I didn't feel safe being myself, because I thought, no, that this true me cannot be, that this can't be love. And so
Vibes, can I ask you,
yes,
when he left you for somebody else, do you think you had the belief I'm second best as well as I'm not good enough?
absolutely, because you know what? Like a few days after our breakup, he was together with that person, and he sent me a message and saying, she's everything you are, but in better. And she's more perfect. Yes, that was rough. That was rough to hear. Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, I was way uglier to myself. I was so like, even people like my father even told me like, why are you crying about this? Like, not even I understood myself, so my outer world didn't understand me either. So they couldn't like understand, why is she crying? He did this and that, and it was from different point of views that they didn't understand me, because I didn't understand me. And I didn't understand what was wrong with me.
And that brings in the everyone's you pushed out. You're getting a reflection from your dad, from the guy that left you. It's like, it's just reflecting back, you're not good enough. You're second best. You're not good enough. Best.
Second best is something that I found out from you, because I didn't know that phrase, and I thought like, okay, second best, yeah, that's how I felt the whole time, because every time there was someone, like, I'm also like a musician and an artist, and there was always someone who was like close to me, like in the way we do music, and then it was like, oh no, but I'm not good enough, and I'm second best. This person won something I wanted, and or got something I wanted, because I'm second best. I thought I was second best. That's such a true phrase that most people believe, that who get left from like their specific person or something like that. It's not only in this area, because it's really your core belief affects everything. Like it affects everything, every life area. And if you're lucky, you have some beliefs when you start out that are helping you. For me, it was like believing in my friends, that they are always loyal. That was a belief I always had, so it was okay. But yeah, in general, it affects all of your life areas, and all of like your SPs leaving, or treating you hot and cold, or being an a-hole to you, you know. That's just, you know, it's just coming from within. It's you pushed out. They are just you pushed out, and you just have, I just had to get like, this world is an illusion in some way. It's just an illusion. I'm just projecting me outside, and the more you do this consciously, you think like, oh my god, I just thought that, why this person is immediately mirroring me, and it's just amazing. I'm just saying, it's amazing.
So okay, so SP number one says that horrible thing to you, I'm with her and she's like a way better version of you. Left there wounded and dying for, I mean, while you were in that brokenheartedness, what did you do from that point to get yourself out of it? What was the thing that you first did?
Okay, that was nothing related to manifestation. It was just me being like getting over this person with another person, and then having a rebound relationship that wasn't worth it for both of us. Like, he didn't feel good in this relationship, and I didn't feel well either. So we kept this relationship going for 3 years, a rebound for 3 years. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we kept this going. We lived together and we both felt miserable. I got depressed. I gained a lot of weight. Like I was the heaviest that I've ever been. And so I had like this was the journey of like me feeling more and more miserable, hating the job that I was doing and everything. That's when I, like 1.5 years later, like into the relationship, I started changing some of the stuff, because you get some of the knowledge even in the worldly like online world, something that is rational. You find some tips even in the rational world that help you go back to self-love, because people who, if you search get over your ex or something like that, you get information. Some of it is wrong, let's be honest, but some of it is helpful. And so it was just like a station in my life that I had to go to learn all of the other stuff. But it was important for me to first, like, okay, let's go back to fitness. Let's take more care of my body, and not for revenge body or something, just for myself, so I feel better about myself.
I've never heard of that, revenge body.
Really? Really? Like I believe the Kardashians have like a show that is called Revenge Body or something like that. That's why I have that. I didn't do it for him. That's what I meant. Yes.
That's really funny. Revenge body. Oh.
Yeah.
So you did it for you. So that was
good. You know, exactly. That was the first step out of this depression. I mean, I still felt miserable about me, about my personality and everything, but I started to go out more with my friends, but not like in bars or something like that. It was more of that a friend. He brought me to this, I don't know what you call it, that like teenagers meet there. And you can do music, or you can play football, whatever. It's just a house extra for these people who want to meet in their free time, in their spare time. So I went there and I had this workshop where I had like, it was 2 days of doing music, and you can win like a year of vocal coaching completely for free if you win this, and 10 people could win this. So that was the first step, that I went to do something that I love doing, and then it helped me to get out of a lot of the stuff naturally. And I went there. I wanted to have like vocal coaching for free because I didn't have the money back then. And so I went there with an open heart. I just had fun and I won it. So I had this, and I won it 3 years in a row. So I had it 3 years for 3 years.
Wow.
And it was so helpful. It was so helpful. That's just amazing. And with doing something you love, that comes naturally to a lot of people. Yeah. And it helps immensely. I can say like music saved my life. That it was there when I didn't know about manifestation. I didn't know about anything that could help me, about self-help books or whatever, or Neville Goddard. I didn't know anything about it, but something you love doing, don't quit it. Don't quit it. Never quit it. It's so important for your self-love to do something, to have some hobbies, some things that you really love doing, and you can make a career out of it. But if you just, it should help you every day. Like if you're doing it, it should help you a lot. And that was what I was doing.
It pulls you out of the hole. It pulls you out of the dark hole.
Yes, and it does it like that. I always call it like it's a meditative state that I get in when I do anything. Like if I do like drawing or cleaning my house, that's also very important, cleaning your surroundings, because mess in here means mess outside, and if you clean it up outside, you sometimes can fix something in there. Because you feel more calm because your room is clean and everything. That's those are just practical things.
Okay, so you got into that. Well, you got more into that, and that
more
pulled you out of the bad mental and emotional heartbreak.
Yes.
So when did you actually start to do LOA or Neville or any of that? When did that come across your path?
This came about, I believe it was 2017, in the beginning of 2017.
Okay.
And yes, and it was at the end of another rocky relationship. And also like this, it was let's say it was a good looking guy, and I felt like not enough because I lost a lot of weight in that time already.
Yeah.
But I felt like, oh no, if I'm there, I have to lose even more weight, which is so, it's not really true, but you make yourself believe that if you haven't changed your practices, you know. And so I started out at first like everyone else does it, with how do I get my ex back, and with how can I get this specific person. And you were one of the first videos I came across that were like, I really loved, honestly, you do it so graciously, and I can tell you practice what you preach, because in comparison to other YouTubers, I'm not saying names, but it's just you don't feel needy at all. You don't feel needy at all. You feel very content with what you're doing, and it's enough. I don't need much. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just cruising around here. It just felt like that, and that's why I was like, okay, yeah, I want to feel that calmness. I want to feel that calm in my life about stuff, about my the errors in my life that were rocky, let's say that. And then I came across a video. I started listening to the meditations, and I also had like most of the meditations that I've listened to had like the self-love part before the SP part. Like from your meditations, I have to check them which ones I use, and I can send it to you, so you can link it below if you want to. And it helped a little. Like this person came back and he apologized and everything like half a year later.
Wow.
Yes. But I didn't know, it wasn't just feeling right, and he didn't want a relationship, and everything got messy again. So I can just say it was, from my point of view now, I know it was because I had like those beliefs still, and I was just in the middle of figuring out what beliefs or what practices I have to do regularly, and how regularly I have to do it. And I just didn't know yet. And so I thought about like the problem was for me thinking, yeah, but this person, honestly, now that I love myself a little more, is not that interesting, but maybe I can get him, like, because if everyone is you pushed out, he can be like this person I want him to be. Like I can have him being a rapper or someone who raps, because he didn't rap at all. He didn't do anything with music, and that was bothering me in the beginning already, but I didn't know. I thought like I had to settle for less back then. So I, at that moment, the half year later after the breakup, he came back, everything got messy again. Then I manifested him back a few weeks later, or 2 months later or something like that. He came back. You can tell it's a whole hot and cold story, you know?
Yeah.
suddenly he started to tell me like, oh yeah, I was rapping actually when I was like 12 or 13, and I'm like interested in doing music again, like just a bit, like which is something very important to me in a relationship, that I have like someone who can sit there and do music with me, jam with me. And that's what I want. And so he came back even with some of the mannerisms that I wanted, but you know, your girl forgets it again, the self-love practices. So he went off again, he came back again, he went off again, he came back again, and then I called it off for good, because at that point, like the fourth time, I believe, like the fourth time I said like, no, I know now what I want. I want, I know that I'm more than this treatment. That doesn't mean like I couldn't change it in him, but why would I want to have that effort if to put so much effort in this, which I thought, you know, it's not putting effort in this. I thought it's putting so much effort in, like, I have to think about this person like this. It's not effort. It's not effort at all, because you focus on your self-love and then it just falls into place naturally. But I thought it was effort to turn him around and get this mannerism out of him that I wanted him, and this treatment. And at this point though, I didn't think about that anymore. And I said, like, that's what I told also in the story. Like, I told my best friend, like, all of the stuff I want in a person, and in a partner. And I started affirming more for myself. I didn't think about the relationship stuff. It was like over. I'm like, no, if this person appears, I will know. And that's, so I just put it on the side. I had some sort of flings and dates, but it all was like, no, this annoys me. No, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. So I gathered more information about what I want, how the person, how I wanted people to treat me and react to me. And then, like, last year it happened. Year.
So before you talk about the wonderful relationship,
no, it's okay.
Can you tell us, you were doing affirmations and you were really lifting yourself up with music, and you were doing self-love meditations as well, or was it mainly
it was a lot of, like, because I'm not a person, that's what I want to tell everyone, like, if you're not a routine person, you don't have to do a routine. You can just do it over the course of the day whenever you feel like it. And I feel like I got more and more, like, it came more and more, it came naturally to me thinking that way. It just comes naturally that I think, look how cute I am, or something like that, or look how amazing I did that. Like, I can praise myself in my head and without any doubts or anything. So I started out with affirmations. It was affirmations, but in the beginning I didn't know how to really use them, so I just had them, put them on when I slept. Like, I had them on like through the whole night, some affirmations that were going. So I said, like, my subconscious is open at night, so it will work. And because I thought that it worked. Also a belief.
And you know what you're saying about, some people don't work with a routine, and I think the people that don't work with a routine are the creative people.
That's what I just wanted to say. I just wanted to say it, like, such a synchronicity. It's just if you're creative and you like doing that, just, oh my God, I help myself so much with writing songs with affirmations in it. So with melodies that get stuck into my head. And that's really, like, if you have something, sorry, the lights turned off. Yes. It really helps if you can get creative, get playful with it. It's not just this, it shouldn't be this strict monotone voice in your head. yes, I'm loved, I'm lovable, yes, I'm a god, yeah. You shouldn't do it like that.
No.
It's not helpful. Like it's still
Yeah.
coming from another place, because you're
Yeah.
just talking over it. You're not overriding it. You're just talking over it.
And I think combining
yeah.
affirmations with music that you love, that instantly lifts you up. And then you do the affirmations for, like you say, for fun.
Yes.
And then you go, oh my God, a whole hour's gone by. Oh my
Yes.
God. Like it goes like that because you
Yes.
put the fun into it first.
Yes, exactly. And also, I mean, before I found Law of Assumption and Neville Goddard through you, I already read something about Abraham Hicks and her teachings, and she always said, like, you can never get it wrong and you can never get it done. This got stuck in my head. You can you can still change everything. You don't have to be so pressed about it being here right now. I need this right now. You don't. Yeah.
So okay. Before we go to the new relationship, what affirmations in particular worked really well for you?
Okay, so I have to preface this with, I do it my way. I don't usually use affirmations from other people. It was for example, I love myself wasn't that hard hitting for me, so I've written like those letters or like those notes, post-its, and I put it on the mirror, and it said, wow, you look so amazing, or wow, I look so amazing. So I said it to myself, but I could say it to myself with the you, because the I am didn't feel right.
Okay.
So in the beginning. Yes.
Did you do it in English or did you do it in German? What worked best?
I did it in English.
Okay.
English. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because I kind of grew up, English is another passion of mine. So so I had that on the mirror, and I also had like one up the mirror in my bathroom that said like, I am, oh shit, I am fit. Like I said, that's what I said to myself in the mirror. But because I was so sleepy before, and then I had other ones that were like around the house, like around the rooms, that said like, wow, I'm so in love with myself. Oh my God, I love myself so much, so freaking much. It just, I written it with freaking much on there. So I have that confidence feeling when I read that. Like I have to pronounce it if it's in big letters, in capital letters. I have to say it like that,
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Got more like when you do it.
More Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So you did self-love meditations, you did some really fun affirmations, you did a lot of music.
Yes.
And then you were losing a bit of weight too. So all these things are moving you towards feeling better and better from the inside, and then the outside brings it beautiful man number 2.
Yes.
So when you met him, how were you feeling? Because this is where people ask me a lot, how do I meet that guy who's just a perfect fit for me? And it's like, well, you got to be in a certain place within yourself for that person to just show up. So can you talk a bit about that?
Yes. So the state of mind I was in before I met my partner was more of a, I don't need a relationship right now. Honestly, if I'm being honest, like I don't need a relationship right now because my single life is so good. And the guys that kept coming in were like, you're not good enough. I'm not feeling you. And I have something better going on in my life. So I'm dipping. And that's why I was like, I'm good. And everyone who like texted me, I usually just said, you know what? No, because I had like this gut feeling. No, don't go. You have something better to do today if you're at home. Inspired action, you know?
Yeah.
And then there was this one moment, like I knew him from like 7 years ago from a house party. He invited me, but he didn't know me. Like he invited a friend of mine, and I was just with her, and we gotten to know each other back then, but nothing happened. It was just like he was interested in me, but I was like, yeah, just coming out of this one relationship, the first one, and I was like, no. But then he deleted his Facebook. He told me, like, I now know his story, what happened in between. And he deleted Facebook for a while, and then he came back on, and it was last May when he came back on Facebook, and he texted me. He just saw me recommended because he had some friends who were befriended with me, like, and then he said, like, oh, well, she's cute. I just let me just see, like, if we can talk as friends or something like that. He just wanted, like, also this, just, it could also just end up in a friendship. And so he started texting me, and I was in this state of mind. I'm so worthy of the best treatment. I am first. I'm my first priority. So for everyone else, I mean, I saw it, like, everyone around me started to treat me like a priority because I treated myself like a priority. I said, no, I want me time. If I want me time, I said, like, yeah, I'm gonna come with you guys if I wanted to come. And all of the stuff, this came just from thinking, oh my God, I love myself. And also one affirmation that I forgot that I still say is, I love my company. I'm my best company. I am my best company because I like to hang out with myself. I'm cool as F, you know. So, and if you think that, everyone else, like, sees you like that. And so at this point, he just texted me and said, like, oh, do you remember, like, we sang in my garden together? Because he also has, like, a vocal coaching. Back then he had it already. Awesome. Yeah. And so we started talking, and he said, like, do you remember me? Like, and I was like, not really. I remembered him, but I was like, I'm not really into this conversation. Because I was like, I don't want a relationship right now. It's okay. And I just let it come so naturally. It was the most natural everything felt ever, like, everything surrounding this relationship, also, like, my the rest of my private life, my music, and everything changed in that time of space. And I can tell you, it can happen very quickly because I got very consistent with my self-love practices. I've gotten, for, like, it was like 3 months maybe, I've gotten so consistent with my self-love practices that it happened. The whole other years, it was messy because I was still messy in here. And this was just at the right time and at the appointed time, as Neville says. And he asked me out on a date, and I already said, like, to my best friend, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'm feeling it on that day, but I already agreed to it. Okay, so the date came, and everything just felt so natural. He treated me like a lady. Like, he opened the door for me. He prepared a whole picnic for me because it was during the Corona times, and so we had to sit in the car, and we had to, like, he drove somewhere where it's a nice view, but somewhere where I felt safe. So just in case I don't want to be completely alone with him. We're at the beach or something like that, so we can walk there. It's not a beach, but you know, there is a river and there's some sort of beach like thing, and yes, and it was pretty nice. But I also still didn't think like, oh yeah, this has to be this has to be this. No, I was still like chill with everything, because I was like, yeah, of course I deserve to be treated like that, and it's very sweet that he treats me like that, and I can see that, and I'm grateful for that. And which is also something I practiced a lot, gratitude. It's also very helpful if you want to. You can be so creative with gratitude. I can tell you that we got so creative with this that we started saying, like, we did this game where we said, okay, let's do some random stuff. Like, let's talk about suitcase. What can we be grateful about suitcases and stuff like that, or bus stations or something like that. Something you don't think about, thinking about something you're grateful for, but we found a lot of stuff, honestly, because we were in that state that we could see all of the gratitude. Yeah. So yes, that was the beginning of the it wasn't a relationship at first. It was just us dating for a month, and then I said to the universe before, that was one of the those things that I said, I wanted this as a sign, and that's it. I wanted this person to tell me that they are in love with me first, because I've had this every relationship before. I was the one like, yeah, I'm falling in love with you, and I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to get that, not from a place, oh, you have to give me that, but if it's the right person, it's gonna happen. That's how I felt. And he told me that, and he asked me to be his girlfriend, and we met our families and friends right after that, and he was so excited. Everything, the other people in my life, the people where everyone was me pushed out and I thought they were like that, it was completely the opposite. It was like, I like his parents so much, they love me. My parents love him, and my father is pretty much a little bit conservative because he's from India, and he's just has the culture, but he accepted him with nothing. He was like, oh yeah, welcome to the family, and it was just so nice. It was so smooth. And during the relationship, like, I taught him a lot about manifestation, and we are doing it together now. And so we remind each other if we're going like another direction we shouldn't be going, like, because you can change literally everything. I can tell you, like, a speeding ticket, I changed that. I changed that. And you can do it with everything. And I'm so grateful that I have someone who reflects me, like, right away, right in front of me. Because if I just know now, it's from me, it's inside of me. I'm responsible for my own emotions, and that's honestly what attracts. It is very attractive for him. Like, he said that to me. It's very attractive that you're so responsible about your own emotions. And that's what I can tell everyone here, is that you'll get more attractive to those people anyway when you do all of these self-love practices. You don't have to go as crazy as I did, but just be as playful as you want to be, like, as it's natural to you. Like, just like the affirmations, it has to feel natural to you, or you have to have like this thinking, is this something I would say if this moment happened, this moment, this situation, if it happened, what would I be thinking? But in a really honest manner. Like, would I say, would I maybe even curse, like do a curse word in between? Like, you can say that in your head. Nobody tells you anything. If it's your way, the light again. if it's your way, then just do it.
Fine. Yeah, exactly. And it's got to be your way of talking, not someone else's way of talking. And
yes,
that's so wonderful. And it's such a great example of feeling bad about yourself, hearing that really horrible comment about the other woman, trying to get your feet again and trying to feel good about yourself, using music as the first thing to do, because it's such love. And then from that, learning, reading, building up your self-love. Then as soon as your antenna goes up and your light's shining, all these men come in, because people are so attracted to people that are happy. And that they find fun wherever they go. They make things interesting. They and it doesn't matter whether they're alone or with other people. And that is what people gravitate to. It's like a moth to a flame. And when you're in that state, you're in that I am free and I am playful and I'm secure and I'm happy, and I don't need happiness from anybody. I am source, between me and source, me and infinite intelligence. This is a private game I'm playing here. But as soon as you play that game and you get good at it, it's like people just flock to you and want some, because some people have it and they want to share theirs with you. Other people don't have it at all and want to take it from you. So the happier you get, you attract more relationship material.
Yes. And also good friendship, good friendship material, loyal friends, people who are into manifesting. Even I manifested a friend. She was like, I met her a few years ago, like 5 years ago, when I was like on stage, and she was there because she was also in all of this teenage spot where we met, but I never met her in that way. It was just this one conversation, and I thought, damn, I want to be friends with that girl. She's so sweet, and you can feel it from like the bottom of her heart. She has just this love and this aura that is so loving and giving and not needy at all. And so also she always wants you to succeed, and all of this. I just love that energy, and I manifested her as one of my closest friends now, and she's also very much into manifestation, and that's just the best thing. You manifest those people right into your life as soon as you exactly like you said, that you are the one you're the source of your happiness, no one else. And that's when it happens.
And it's letting go of the dissatisfaction. I haven't got a relationship. No one loves me. I'm not getting enough. I want more. Where's my person? How long is this going to take? When you're in that is the biggest. Well, you're marinating in the emotion and thoughts that don't bring you the most beautiful man in the world. It's like you have to be. It's almost like, I can't remember who I've heard say it, but there many of the older LOA teachers have said, it's like you have to fall in love with yourself.
Yes. And sometimes it feels like a lot. And that's why I also tell people who I talk about manifestation to or teach something a little bit. I tell them, like, don't be so harsh on yourself, because part of self-love is that you don't stress yourself to be better. Oh my God, you have to be this and that and that. And why did you doubt yourself? Oh my God, why did you get anxiety again? Oh my God, like, you don't have to. You can just calm down. And that's part of the self-love practice, that you don't have to be there right now. It doesn't have to be right now.
And and it's part of stopping criticizing yourself. That's part of self. Like, stop holding yourself to, I have to do this perfectly and I can't have a negative thought. I mean, that's exhausting. It's exhausting. Yourself, I'm not feeling great today, but you know what? I'm going to listen to some nice music, and I'm going to lay on the bed, and I'm just going to enjoy that music, and I don't have to try and do anything. That's a you know, and you treat yourself like you would like someone to treat you, someone that loves you and is kind when you're not feeling good.
Exactly. That's why for me, it was like a song that I've written for myself. It's called BFF, so best friend forever.
Yeah.
But it was towards myself. Like, it was about me telling myself, you're my best friend, because she tells me, like, never stop. She's not stressing me out. This part of me, this inner God, this soul, whatever you want to call it, like, she really wants you to chill and just savor life. You know, you just have to enjoy each moment. And it's enjoying each moment also means that in those moments where you don't feel that well, you know how you can make yourself feel a little better, or just to tell yourself, it's okay, I can feel like that. It's okay. It won't change anything in the manifestation. I don't have to, I don't have to put that burden on me also. And what you started talking about letting go, you're so right. It's just a lot of people forget that it's not about letting go of that person or letting go of anything of that you want, of your desires. It's always just letting go of the doubts and the neediness and everything, that the desperation you have.
So good, so good, so good. So you've been together now how long with your lovely man?
Now it's almost a year.
Okay.
We're living together, but it was like almost since the beginning we're living together, and we created this little studio here. So everything,
so you do music together now?
Yes, exactly. And also I through that relationship, his parents, like, they gave us this apartment. Like, his father knew someone who had like apartments for a lower price, and so I got here. And I remember it was like last August or July or August, where I didn't know where I was gonna go, because I have 2 cats, and I can't just I left them with the previous owner, and she was taking care of them, but it was like 1.5 months already, and I didn't want to take even more of her time, because she has like this her mother has like some allergies, so I just wanted to get them back as quickly as possible, but I had to have an apartment for that, and I had to have a job for the apartment, because I didn't earn enough money back then. And everything just fell into place. I even signed the contract to the apartment before I had the job, but I got it. I already got everything. I knew, I just had the faith. I know it will happen, and everyone helped me. And I'm still earning more than I earned before. I'm still working on the job thing, because I want to make something else in my career, but it was a very good stepping stone, because now I could afford everything that I needed for my studio, which was one of my biggest priorities. And why wouldn't I get it? Because I'm a priority. It's my priority, so I have to have it. And it happened quicker than I thought. It happened way quicker than I thought. Yeah.
I do agree with you that things can happen fast once you get yourself in that really happy, contented, you know, that I don't need stuff from other people. I'm going to generate it. It's like, it's everyone as you pushed out again. If you have faith, you know you're going to get it, and you trust yourself, you trust life, you trust source, then that's what you get a photocopy of, is that.
Yes, but I would not recommend this for people, and if they are still like being honest to themselves that they are doing it for the SP or for the job or for the thing. Because from that place, if you're like, oh, I'm manifesting money because I'm just giving away all of my money, like I get this Gucci bag, I get this, and I'm now in the like we say in the minus, if we're down, like lower, like you should not do this. This is not a recommendation for you to believe in something that because it will stress you out, because undercover you're still you still have that belief because you went down to the red numbers. You went down there to get the other stuff. And that's coming from a wrong place. That's just, you can use it as a metaphor. You cannot like go into the minus, even if you're like from the self-love point, and just, I can get my SP. I can get my SP with all of these affirmations that I get out to this person, but I don't have enough for me. This cannot happen. And that's just a metaphor for this, actually. So,
It's so good. It's just so lovely. So you changed you went from wanting to be in a relationship, being left for somebody else, to being heartbroken, to finally enjoying being single so much that you thought, no, I don't want a relationship. Then, of course, once you get into that place, people start coming in because you want to be alone. I know, I'm happy by myself. I'm happy by myself. People want you.
Yes.
And you got an amazing apartment, an amazing job, and your partner, and you do music stuff. You've got this thing that you said to me at the beginning of the interview. I want somebody that I could share that passion with.
Exactly.
So, wow. And
just imagine,
the golden nugget is the internal inside self work. That's the key.
That's the key. It's always been the key, and it will always be the key. But everyone has to learn it at their own pace. I think that I strongly believe in that, because I know it took me a lot of time to go through all of the different stages that I had to learn. But I'm very grateful for those, even for my heartbreak, because honestly, I've learned so much from it. I found myself through that heartbreak. How much of a blessing in disguise is this? That's when you know, okay, I'm over it. when you know you're grateful for it. And
you can look back and you can almost, you can thank the person. You think, oh, thank God, because of that I've learned all of this. And you can almost look back and laugh at it, because I laugh at some of my husband leaving me, and he left. He was bisexual, and he went and had sex with men and all. Like, that's funny now.
Yeah, it is. And you wish them well, and you wish them very well, from the bottom of my heart. And one of my first ex, like I said in the beginning, he's one of my closest friends now, with his girlfriend that he left me for. Like, she's my bestie. Because she is really that similar to me. He was right. but in some ways we're still, of course, individuals and wonderful, creative, and this and that. But she's also a musician, he's also a musician, so we're doing all of this stuff together, and it's just this amazing energy when we're all in one room. And I'm so freaking grateful for that, really, honestly, because how many people can say that they have even this good relationship with their ex and wish them well, they wish you well. My boyfriend and him, they're very close. they like each other. He gotten to know him, he was open to it, and now it's all history. It's all just good.
That's so wonderful.
Yes.
So if someone is struggling today and they're watching this story, what would you say would be the top 3 things for them to focus on while they're still heartbroken and coming out of the neediness, the anxiety? What would you say are the top 3 things to focus on?
That's a very good question. I would say, if you are watching this video, it found you. So do it with music. I randomly just put on some music that is I have this good vibes playlist where it's only like songs that are with good intentions, with good words that can get my whole brain encompassed, you know, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You can make a playlist. I would say do a playlist with all of your favorite songs that have like this self-empowerment or this self-love story, or like that people treat them well in the song, you know, and just use this playlist. And whenever you don't feel like it, just move your body, because dancing, even if you can't dance, if you're on your own, you can dance the way you want. Oh my God. And it feels so relieving. You just take it off like Taylor Swift, you know, you just, I don't need this. And then you forget a little bit about it. This is the first thing I would say you should do. The second thing is either like find a hobby or get back into a hobby that you love doing. That's something very practical, and every other person who is not into law of attraction or law of assumption does say that too. And it's really important because you can find either your career in it or just that you enjoy your own company, because you know what you're gonna do when you're alone on your own and having no one there. You know what you're gonna do. And that's very important. And then also stick, please, for the love of God, please stick to your self-love affirmations. It really, honestly, don't go back for the second time to watch the SP thing. Just do the self-love first. You can put the SP affirmations later on, you can put them in, but first get yourself back into, damn, I feel good, or at least I feel okay, you know. Don't rush these things. You will not feel better if this person comes back now, because you're still in this rut. You know. That's why. So
nice, good advice. And it's like when you look back, you can see why you were in that stuff and why it didn't work, and then all these things have got you to where you are today. You go, my God, now I get it. It's the feeling good is the magnet. It's the getting rid of the neediness, getting rid of the anxiety, hopping into things that are enjoyable, that have nothing to do with relationships, so that when you are feeling that I am free and I am happy and I'm secure and I'm content and I can laugh by myself and I can just enjoy, when you're in that, you're the most attractive human being.
Yes.
Men or women or employers or opportunities. It makes no difference. So it's that's the key, is to get out of all that dissatisfaction, unhappiness. And you know, we've all been there, and it's when you're in there, it's not the easiest thing, but try a little bit each day to find these things to winch you out of that hole. And then all of a sudden one day you wake up and you go, you know what? I feel so happy right now. I don't need anything from the outside, because I know what I'm going to do today that makes me feel good. And that is honestly, that freedom. Now, people will not probably believe this if they're still suffering, what I'm going to say next, but that freedom is even better than a relationship, because then the relationship is cherry on the cake.
Preach, yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. It doesn't feel like it. In the beginning, you don't want to hear it.
No.
You just don't want to hear it. You just want to have that person and get it from outside. But it's so much more worth it to focus on yourself. And it can change very quickly that you feel better about yourself. When you're being consistent, it really works quickly. You can feel better in a week. Like you can maybe you still think about that person, but you still feel better about yourself. And that's the most important part.
It really is. It really is. Mercy Vibes, thank you for coming and talking to me. Honestly, I know people will vibe with this because they know where you were, what happened and where you are, and you're a great example of what's possible. And you know, I saw that you were helping people in the thread by writing those comments, and that's why I said to you, hey, wow, do you want to come and you know, send me your story? And it was that's the way you and I connected, because it was just such, you wrote so beautifully the comments to people, and it's like once you're in that vibe, everything you say is the right words for the people that are suffering, or it's the right, because you understand where they are, but you also understand the other side of the coin of where they can go to, where they can be. And that's in that freedom where you're free from the suffering and that pain and the anguish. And that is there for every one of you that are watching this video, just like it was for me and it was for me. Vibes, it is there for you as well. So hopefully you've got some good things through listening to this conversation. Now, Mercy Vibes, have you got links to where people can find you for your music and, you know, for the fun stuff? Have you got?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah, sure. I can link you my YouTube or my Spotify or something like that, and you can listen to. You can listen on there. I just released one song with affirmations in that, but at least like it's about love, but you have this part where I say everything's all right, just the way I like. Just the way I like it, you know, so maybe it'll help.
Yeah, for sure. And listening to good music from people that, you know, people that are artists that do the law of attraction work, you guys are the ones that can inspire people through music and words to uplift, because you're not only have you got a foot in the music world, but you've also got a foot in this world. And you mixing the two, that makes for fantastic music and lyrics. It's fabulous. So
there's a lot of people who do that, so I can send you a few links that inspired me also.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, do you want to say goodbye to everyone? And I will say goodbye, and then we can say bye in private.
Of course. Okay. Goodbye to all the viewers, and I wish you all the best. Much love and appreciation for your time, and I hope this will help you.
Lovely. Thank you, everyone, for joining us once again, and I will put the links down below so that you can go and check out Mercy Vibes and what she's doing. And I feel like I'm never going to get to sleep tonight. I'm like
buzzing. I can do that too.
Oh my God. So honestly, there's nothing like a good conversation with someone who's got good self-love. It's so great.
It's so energizing.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, Mercy Vibes, stay on. Bye, everyone. I will see you as always in the next YouTube, and hasta la vista, babies.